Could we see $3,500 gold by November? Citi Bank thinks so. What's up, everybody? Thompson Coin and Stamp here, and today we're going to go over an article on kitco.com where Citi Bank talks about raising its gold forecast at $3,500 an ounce by November because of a negative U.S. outlook and geopolitical risk. We're going to talk about gold. We're going to talk about silver as well. Are you still getting any gold and silver at these prices? The prices are up a little bit today. The market is on the move. Let's take a look here, see what kitco.com has. Gold is sitting at $3,371.30 an ounce. Silver is sitting at $37.26 an ounce. So we're up a little bit. As you can see that nice little dip, and we're coming right back up. Gold's looking pretty good. Let's look at that 5-day here. Just had that nice little spike. So we are coming back up. Heck yeah. And yeah, Citi Bank thinks that we could see $3,500 gold by the November. So let's read this and show off a little bit of this gold. And see, you can just get, there's multiple ways to get gold. You can get it in jewelry or just different things like that. You can get it in, pre-33 gold. Ooh, we do love some pre-33. Or you can get some more modern stuff, like this AGE. So let me know what type of gold you're still stacking. And there's also these Goldbacks, which I ordered. I got pre-order on the new Oklahoma Goldbacks dropping, I think, August 19th. So I'll be doing a video on those. That's going to be fun. So let's see what Citi Bank says on this article from Kitco News. It says, banking giant Citi announced on Monday that it has raised its gold price forecast to $3,500 per ounce over the next 3 months, up from $3,300 in June. Quote, U.S. growth and tariff-related inflation concerns are said to remain elevated during 2H25, whatever that means, which alongside a weaker dollar are set to drive gold moderately higher to new all-time highs, the bank analyst wrote. Citi's expected trading range for the yellow metal was also raised to $3,300 to $3,600 from $3,100 to $3,500 previously. The updated forecast follows last week's announcement of higher than expected U.S. tariffs on many major trading partners, including Canada, India, Brazil, and Taiwan. Citi said their higher gold forecast is also supported by weaker U.S. labor data in quarter 2025, increased concerns around institutional credibility of the Federal Reserve and U.S. statistics, and elevated geopolitical risk related to the Russia-Ukraine conflict. The bank estimates that gross gold demand has risen over 33% since mid-2022, which drove prices to nearly double by the second quarter of this year. Citi analysts cited strong investment demand, steady central bank buying, and resilient jewelry demand despite the high prices. So yeah, they still think jewelry is in there, like this nice little gold chain there. Set that back. The bullish predictions are a sharp departure from the bank's forecast from just 6 weeks ago. In a report published in mid-June, Citi's commodity analysts lowered their gold forecast and warned investors that the precious metal could fall below $3,000 an ounce by the end of the year. At the time, the bank revised its 0 to 3 month target to $3,300 from its previous estimate of $3,500 an ounce. At the same time, it lowered the 6 to 12 month gold price forecast to $2,800 per ounce from $3,000 per ounce. The analysts said in June that they expect gold's safe haven allure to diminish heading into 2026 as economic conditions improve. Gold is showing continued strength on Monday, with spot gold setting fresh session highs shortly after the North American Open and last trading at $3,383.91 per ounce, for a gain of 0.62% on the daily chart. That's from Ernest Hoffman, like I said, from Kitco News. So yeah, they're thinking gold could get back up there to $3,500 an ounce. I think we've got plenty of momentum and movement still left in it. I'm not a financial advisor, so take what I say with a grain of salt. And really, nobody knows what these things are gonna do. Like they even said, in the article that a few months ago they were, thinking $3,000 an ounce, and I even did a video about that. So you just never know. So the best way to do it is not drop things on the floor like that, and just keep on stacking. It's dollar cost average, and whether you're still stacking silver like that, or you're stacking, if I can grab it, gold. Here, let's get this old Indian in there. I love these. They're in Q's. Nice and flat. It's $2.50. So yeah, and whether you're doing it in pre-33, modern day bullion, jewelry, stuff like this. It's hard to look through the camera and grab things. I mean, there's so many different ways to stack precious metals. You can get it in jewelry. You can get it in bar form. Like I say, you can get these cool little Goldbacks. I'm really, interested in the new Goldbacks. The Oklahoma ones are coming out soon, so we'll definitely be doing a video on those. They're really, really cool. Here, I'm going to go over to goldback.com and check out the artwork on some of these. So here's the Oklahoma half. Check that out. Isn't that cool looking? That's 1/2000th of a troy ounce of gold. And let's read part of it. It says, on the Oklahoma half, the virtue honesta, honor, is embodied by a fearless young cowgirl guiding her herd along the Chisholm Trail. Set near Red River Station, this artwork captured a powerful moment in time. A determined cowgirl steers a herd of longhorns branded with 1867, the year the trail was formally established. Her strength, calm resolve, and quiet grace reflect the values of those who rode this trail before her. People who did the hard work and did it right. Subtle details throughout the image evoke trail life. A worn wagon wheel and Chisholm Trail marker lie half buried in the dust. A hawk soars overhead, symbolizing freedom and vigilance. Along the bottom, the scripture, Colossians 3:23, is inscribed. Whatever you do, do it heartily. So yeah, it talks about all the other ones here. We'll go through some of these when I do pick some of these up. So I'll make a different video on that because I think the Goldback is a cool little thing. It's a new way to spend precious metals. More and more retailers are, taking Goldbacks, in exchange for, fiat currency. I think it's a cool new way to try to, get precious metals out to the masses. You can get, the Alpha and, series and stuff like that. This is the Alpha right here, I think. One of them's the Alpha. I never can remember which one's the Alpha here. Let's see. I think one of them has an A in it somewhere. Yeah, okay, the green one is the Alpha, yeah. So this is the second version. So, yeah, they make different color ones. This is the Florida ones. I think they're really cool. These are the halves. And they're 1/2000th of a troy ounce of gold on them. So, yeah, there's all sorts of ways to get gold. I mean, like I say, it's a dollar cost average thing. So whether you're picking up some right now at, $3,371, you might be happy when it goes up to, $3,500. I still think there's plenty of room left in gold and silver. I think, $4,000 an ounce in the next couple of years is not out of the question on gold. I definitely see silver, hitting, $40 an ounce still. I don't see, there's any reason why it shouldn't hit $40 an ounce. Again, I'm not a financial advisor, so take my word with a grain of salt. So any way you can stack any of this precious metal, whether you're coin roll hunting, you're going and garage sales, picking up jewelry, stuff like that, you're going to coin shows, picking up cool little things like that, get you some silver, get you some gold, get it stacked up. It's a great way to preserve your wealth outside of that fiat currency that just gets worse and worse all the time. I appreciate everybody tuning in. Make sure you follow us every Tuesday night, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time for our weekly coin roll hunt and chat. Until